All right, hey everyone. This is Ash. Welcome back to King's Speech. So once again, I'm trying to be on top of getting around to weekly reaction review stuff by getting to the chapters once they drop. But like I mentioned a couple of the other videos, I'm probably still going to be inconsistent, at least for the next month or so, just because I'm doing overtime at work. It's busy season, so it's really going to kind of fluctuate depending on my energy levels and everything else. But I appreciate everyone's understanding during this time. I'm going to still try to be as consistent as possible and try not to fall behind too far. But yeah. With that said, a lot of great content coming your way this weekend. We already got Kaiju and last week's Akane chapters videos out. Spy Family is uploading right now. We're getting to the new chapter of Akane-Banashi with this video. And then we're going to wrap up the rest of the chapters of Goku Rakugo that are out. So that we're fully caught up, and then we'll be waiting for those long waits between the monthly chapter drops. But a lot of good content coming your way this weekend. Expect at least one Yono video, hopefully this afternoon sometime as well. So if you haven't already, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, so you get that notification when those videos drop. And like I mentioned before, if you push those buttons, like, commenting, subscribing, it helps YouTube's algorithm kind of learn that, hey, these videos are good, they're worth promoting. And, it tells me as well, hey, these videos are good, I really enjoyed them. That kind of gives me the motivation to keep going, and it means a lot to me. So if you'd like to help me out with that, that'd be greatly appreciated. But without further ado, let us dive into it with Akane-Banashi, Story 54, Zenza Renseikai, with story by Yuki Suenaga and art by Takamasa Moe. And so we have a 4-person event featuring the Futatsume who will lead the Arakawa school in the next generation. And you see Koguma, I don't know if that's like soba or ramen that he's sipping. I assume it's soba because it's a smaller cup. And he's like, what is this? I didn't know about this. And Akane is like, I thought they got you on board. And he's like, I was invited, yes, but I didn't know it was such a big deal. And then I'm going to have to look up their names because it's been a while. And I'm terrible with all of this. Oh, come on. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? No, not this. Sorry, give me a second here. It's Kyoji and Guriko, of course. So you have Guriko coming in with some rice balls going, Master Aiken's got it all figured out, using the Renseikai as an audition and all. And Koguma is silent as Akane is like, oh, right, the Renseikai. Or is it the Renseikai? It's like, it's my first time doing that one. What kind of an event is it? And Kyoji is like, yes. You can think of the Zenza Renseikai as the Arakawa school's unique method of assessing the skill of a Zenza. And she's like, assessing? Why would they need to do that? And he's like, most people, normal people, don't judge Rakugoka by their rank. It's like, I'm a Zenza, I'm a Futatsume. It's like, huh, what are those? It's like, but by whose apprentice they are. We're Iken's apprentices. It's like, oh, the man from the TV show. It's like, the masters in our school have a particularly high public profile by Rakugo standards. It's like, so just being their apprentices gets us attention. It's like a future starry... Oh, future star, sorry, I thought the exclamation was an I. A future star, may I shake your hand? It's like, oh, shucks. It's like, which causes some Rakugoka to get complacent and lazy. And Akane is like, so, it's like a test to keep us on our toes? And Kyoji's like, exactly. It's like, but don't take it lightly. The Renseikai will be a major foothold in getting that promotion to Futatsume. In order to be promoted to Futatsume, you must meet the list of requirements. So you see, standards for promotion are 50 performances, kodan, which are historical stories, music and dance, and taiko drums. It's again, earn a recommendation from one of the Arakawa Arch 4 who is not your own mentor. Nice. One of the Arch 4 will be the judges of the Renseikai. As he Judge Iken Arakawa. And Akane is like, a chance to show off my skill and possibly get a recommendation? It's like, that's right. It's already got enough riding on it, and now there's a chance to be in that other event. This year's Zenza Renseikai is certain to be a fiercer battle than any we've ever seen before. And Kyoji's like, please... Oh, not Kyoji. Koguma's like, please win, okay? The other ones in the 4-person event are the apprentice from Master Zensho's place, the Lair of Weirdos. You see a guy go, alright, yeah, woo! It's like in Kaisei, right? And Koguma's like, I just can't. I don't fit in with them. And then having to talk with a Zenza I don't even know. It's like, I can't. And Goroki's like, haven't seen his downer mode in a while. And Akane's like, don't worry. I'm going to win. I'll win the Renseikai, of course. And I'll also beat Kaisei Anisan. I hope that comes back to slap her on the ass. It's like, yes, that's the spirit. There's nothing wrong with setting your sights high. It's like, it is a pretty tall hurdle, isn't it? It's like, did you not realize that as you said it? It's like, technically, no. It's like, if you break up Futatsume into a few types, roughly speaking, there are those almost ready to be Shinichi already. The top of the Futatsume Echelon, which is the pretty boy one in Akane school, and then, was it Rokuro? And you have the rising stars among Futatsume. They have a lot of work left to do as they gain experience and get noticed, and that's Kyoji, Koguma, and then Urara's apprentice / butler. And the newly promoted Futatsume, who are focused on firming up their own styles, and that's Guriko and Mr. Tea Leaves Bro. And Guriko's like, why am I with him? It's like, among all the Futatsume, Kaisei's growth has been exceptional. It's hard to even put him in a category. Nice. It's like, wait, stop. He's like, huh? Mikuru Anisan belongs here? And she's pointing like to the top right. He's like, there! It's like, he's so busy with work that he almost never shows up here anymore. You knew that, didn't you? It's like, well, yeah, I knew he's successful. And Koguma's like, he's successful because he's very, very good. Mikuru Anisan is the best of Arakawa. No, he's the best of any Futatsume, period. And you have him coming in with a, hey gang. It's like, oh, are you having so-man noodles? Nice, can I have some? It's like, welcome back. And you see Guriko being like, I'll go and cook some more. It's like, you sure? And Akane's like, Anisan, I'll do it. And he's like, no, dummy. You don't even know how to gauge the heat on the stove. And you see Akane just like standing at like a pot that's boiling over with an oof. It's like, it's on fire, idiot. He's like, aw, thanks, Guririn. Love you, man. Don't worry, I got you. He's like, hang on. Were you talking about me, Bear-chan? It's like, don't call me that. And you see Guriko looking a little bit despondent. He's going in to make more noodles. And Kyoji's like, is that supposed to be doing that? And you see he's bubbling over. He's like, huh? Oh, shoot! I was like, sorry, I heard. And he's dumped some more water in there, I guess, to go down. It's like, I heard what you're doing. You've been putting way too much on your schedule to get more and more public performances under your belt. This guy, I'm not here to scold you. I'm just saying, try leaning on us for help. That's what your Anideshi apprentices are here for. He's like, Ani-san. You see Koguma listening outside as he goes, I guess it's not my pep talk to give. Jab, aha, so you've been learning lots of new stories, huh? That's good. Nakana's like, it's still not very many, though. And he's like, so, Kenaru, which of your stories is your favorite? And she's like, all of them. He's like, people always say that. Let me rephrase the question. Pick one. It can be a story you're good at or one that isn't your type. If you had to pick one story, which would it be? She's like, just one? I wouldn't say any aren't my type. He's like, nope, I can't pick one. I feel comfortable with all of them and they're all important to me. And he's like, I see. It's like, what's the schedule for this year's Renseikai? And you see 4-person events. So Renseikai is from July 29th to 30th. The 4-person event selection event is on August 27th. And and then the 4-person event is after that. So there's a pretty big gap between them since there's also a selection event for the big 4-person event. He's like, got it. And then here's the plan. If you win your way into that selection event, I'll give you lessons. He's like, what? You do that for me? It's like, yeah, of course. You're 18 now. Oh, God's sake. Please don't. No, don't do that. No, please. Please don't make him the perv. Please, for the love of God, please don't. It's like, no rules against you falling in love with me now. It's like, that love is forbidden by the rules. Like, he was serious about that? As you see, story 6. Like, but if you lose, I won't be offering any lessons after that for a while. That just gets you fired up more, doesn't it? And you see, monthly Rakugo is like the Zenza Renseikai, huh? It's like, that girl joined the school, didn't she? She's got to be the one to take the Zenza slot. Jeff, don't get ahead of yourself. Though I'll admit she's probably the favorite. But the Arakawa School Zenza are an embarrassment of riches, and you have a judge from the Karaku Cup who went on to choose this method of selecting a winner. He must be hiding something up his sleeve. This year's Renseikai feels ominous to me. And you see the day of the Zenza Renseikai, and you see Akane heading into the train stop. So I guess some quick thoughts. Again, I love that we got at least a little bit more screen time with the other characters this time, especially Guriko. So Guriko obviously has some kind of beef or history with Kaisei, and I have to admit that's kind of the most intriguing part to me right now, is more the conflict he's going through than the stuff with Akane. Because again, I'm really hoping that, Akane being like all prideful and like making these like humongous declarations, like, oh, I'm gonna beat Kaisei, all that, is setting her up to be massively humbled by the competition. Like, I kind of honestly hope to see her lose this one, because again, so far in the story, she's kind of just like easily cleared a lot of the hurdles with just kind of like a little bit of application and effort. And I really, really want to see what loss looks like when she actually faces it. So I'm hoping that a lot of this is set up for her losing the four-person event to someone else, and kind of learning, what else she has to kind of like learn and improve. So we'll see how that happens, or what happens with that. I'm curious about, Mikuru, because I was almost convinced, given like his whole pretty boy persona and like his whole like, oh, the women love me, I was absolutely convinced that he was going to be at least part of Akane's training for the last arc, which I still kind of stand by. I think that would have been a more interesting thing to do, rather than the way it kind of like haphazardly ended. But with that said, I guess the excuse that they kind of gave in this chapter for why he's not around kind of softens out a little bit with the whole like, oh, he's so successful and busy that he doesn't really have time for stuff like this. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what, like, in his whole specialty and his teaching style and everything like that is. I'm curious, because I was wondering, like, why is he asking, like, oh, I was like, what's your favorite story? And the fact that Akane is like, oh, I can't pick one, blah, blah, blah. It makes me wonder if that was his way of trying to analyze if Akane knows or realizes her own strengths and weaknesses. And the fact that, she's not able to pick a story is kind of indicative of the fact that she doesn't realize, like, what her strengths and weaknesses are. I wonder if that's what he's kind of hinting at. We'll have to wait and see, if she gets into the four first. I probably shouldn't even say that, because I feel like it's guaranteed she'll get into the four-person event selection at least. But I feel like I would like to see her not going into the four-person event. We'll see how that plays out, because I feel like we're going to get to whatever the training is that he's going to give her. We'll have to wait and see what happens with her. But yeah, I'm really, really hoping that Akane gets humbled in this. But yeah, lots to look forward to. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the whole time skip stuff, but we'll see what the next chapter holds. With that said, like I mentioned at the beginning, a lot of great stuff coming out your way this weekend. So if you haven't already, please consider like, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff, so you get notified when that content drops right away. And until next time, this is Ash. I will talk to you all later.